that was one of the worst games of the season for the Indiana Fever. That was one of the worst games for that team. That was a shocking game. An absolutely shocking game. Like, the only reason... This was 12 points. This could have been 30. This could have genuinely been 30. To start off the game, the absolutely beyond useless Christy Wallace was minus 17. She played 17 minutes. You see Lexi Hull plus 1. I wouldn't say she was plus 7. Katie Lou, 4 minutes. I don't know. This was a game where the Storm pulled away early. And then through the best quarter Caitlin Clark has played all year, the second quarter, they got back in the game. They got back in the game through Caitlin Clark's just taking over the game. Drawing in people, kicking the shooters, behind the back pass and Alyssa Smith eventually leading to a score. Shooting from the halfway line, curling, shooting from 30 off fadeaways, contested, and shooting fadeaway threes. And then, obviously, that's not going to keep happening. That's not going to keep happening. Like, it's going to... Like, that type of play sometime is going to happen occasionally. You're not going to be able to live, or not even live with that, continue to play like that. And the Seattle Storm never went out of second gear. Jewel Lloyd in the first half was unbelievable. Like, this is a player who is shooting like under 30% from 3 on the year. And just like Ryan Howard goes and shoots 6 for 9. This is a team that the Fever did not guard the Seattle Storm. They did not guard the Seattle Storm. Christy Wallace literally did not guard Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd had 15 in the first quarter. She comes out in the second quarter and is left wide open to start it. Obviously, then Lexi Hull hits her in the eye. Jewel Lloyd playing with one eye still cooked them. Why is it that when every single time Caitlin Clark touches the ball and is doing well, she gets double teamed and triple teamed? Why is it that every single time the Fever get cooked, they don't ever play any sort of different defense? They don't double team. They don't start the blitz. They play every single defensive possession the same way. Badly. Really badly, by the way. It was so bad. How is Caitlin Clark the best perimeter defender on this team today? How was she the best perimeter defender? In fairness, Erica Wheeler. I got to give credit to Erica Wheeler. She had her best game. She had by far her best game. In the first, it was the third quarter. So after the second quarter, Caitlin Clark was being double teamed and triple teamed. For people saying she should shoot the ball more than 9 times, she's being frozen out by sides. No, I don't think she was being frozen out. Every single time she came off a screen, there was a double team blitz and the other defenders all keyed in on her. She was the only threat according to the other team. And Erica Wheeler did a really, really good job of hitting the wide open shots. The wide open shots that were thrown to her, she at least hit. So you got to give credit where credit's due. And Erica Wheeler did the best job on Jewel Lloyd. And did she do a great job? No, she did the best job on Jewel Lloyd of anyone. She actually tried to play defense. But how is it, other than when Erica Wheeler was on the floor, the next best perimeter defender was Caitlin Clark? Like, if you look at Skylar Diggins-Smith, 3 of 10 with 8 points. She had one of them, I think, was like a foul of help defense. When Caitlin Clark switched off her for one possession, she scored. And then one of them, like, Caitlin Clark literally like half blocked her shot to hit the board. Nobody even came and tried to help her out with either a rebound or defense, as Skylar Diggins-Smith got a wide open layup. Because this team does not believe in help defense. They don't believe in help defense. Like, it is awful. It is absolutely horrendous what they've done. You got to give credit where credit's due to Seattle Storm. Neko Wumake, solid. Her and Magbagor, their defense. The fact that these two right here, they were able to basically nullify everything that they tried to do inside the Fever. And also, in situations off the blitz, they were able to guard both bigs at the same time. They were able to guard both bigs at the same time. So obviously, I'm live on stream right now. Thank you for the $10. Really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it. Obviously, that's going to be in the video right now in a little bit. But that was horrible. I have to give credit where credit's due to Horston. She did a very, very good job of playing 32 minutes on full court on 94 feet guarding Caitlin Clark. And Jewel Lloyd was brilliant. SDS didn't do much in that game, to be fair. The two bigs were killing it. And Whitcomb coming off the bench. Thank you for the $5. Really appreciate it. Whitcomb coming off the bench, I thought did really, really well as well. But for the Fever, Aaliyah Boston, look, it just wasn't her game. If you saw my preview for the game, I said that them looking to go inside to Aaliyah Boston is not going to work well because Aaliyah Boston she's just not, she can bully smaller bigs. She's going to struggle against bigs that are bigger than her like Magbagor. And then the big problem with that was Aaliyah Boston is a real confidence player. When she has her confidence up, when she hits her first couple of shots, she might go 8 of 11 for 20 points. But if she got blocked, I think maybe twice in that game, missed a couple of easy layups, and her confidence was down. And then at one stage in the second quarter, or in the third quarter, Caitlin Clark hit her off the short roll, and she kind of, instead of shooting the jump shot in rhythm like she had been shooting a lot of times, she kind of like dribbled, pass fake 3 times, and shot a 360 shot off the side of the board. Her confidence was just all over the place. Thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. It's a 5th super chat. Thank you so much, man. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. If you've been drinking, don't donate anymore, please. If you want to do it sober, great, just don't let that be a drunk decision. But this is, I'll talk more about it, about how how Christy Sides is completely incompetent. How she's completely incompetent. But the whole thing is that Caitlin Clark was drawing 3 or 4 defenders. And the problem was there were absolutely no creativity from the Fever on how to beat it. Every single time Caitlin Clark drove right or drove left, they would go to a short roll, they would hit the short roll, and the 4 players would stand around watching. That's what happened every single time. Caitlin Clark would hit the short roll every time to put the team into a 3-on-2 situation on the weak side, and I would be shocked if they got an open shot 50% of the time off it. It was a situation where Seattle were willing to put 2-3 bodies on Caitlin Clark because they were confident that they weren't going to be able to swing the ball fast enough to get shots, and it worked. It really worked. Thank you for the $5. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But that was basically it. That was basically what happened. In the second half, Seattle were able to put 2-3 bodies on Caitlin Clark. They were able to literally full court press Caitlin Clark at the halfway line and then double team her in the half court. They were able to put their entire defensive focus on Caitlin Clark because there was no other way around it. They were confident enough. Just like when they left Erica Wheeler wide open and she was hitting shots. As a team, they still weren't fighting back in the game. Even though she was hitting shots, her team weren't coming back. So they were happy. They were happy out in just triple teaming Clark and making the rest of them do something. And they just couldn't. They just couldn't. And it was a really bad game. And I genuinely think that Christy Sides is incompetent. She is incompetent. But it was one of Kelsey Mitchell's worst games. She did the circle running thing about 4 times. 5 attempts to field, minus 23. At one stage, she was minus 19 when it was a 3-point game. Nalissa Smith is the worst defender I've ever seen play basketball. She genuinely doesn't understand. Sometimes, to play defense, you can just get your body in the way and put your hands up. Not jump backwards, turning your body so that you occasionally block a shot, but 75% of the time you've either given up an open layup or you've fouled. So that's the big problem with Nalissa Smith. And then Lexi Hull, she played well. I like Lexi Hull 100 times better than Wallace. Katie Lou did absolutely nothing wrong. Did absolutely nothing wrong in that game. But just a horrible, horrible all-around game for the Indiana Fever. And they need to put in something. They need to put in some sort of an offense. For the people saying Clark needs to be more selfish, if you watch the game, she maybe had an opportunity to shoot 2 more shots. Of the 9 shots she shot, 2 of them were fadeaway, or of the 7 threes she shot, 5 of them were fadeaway 30-footers. One of them she made wasn't a fadeaway 30-footer, and then one of them was a half-court catch-and-shoot shot. She shot 5 fadeaway 30-footers. Caitlin Clark, there is no player in this league that is going to be able to not even be able to score off a blitz, but score off a blitz that holds with the help defenders focusing on the ball. There is no player in the league that can score off that. But what really should happen is it should free up other players. The problem is that Christy Sides is such an incompetent basketball coach that she's an inability. And the worst part is it's not even 4-on-3 situations because the corner is being guarded. A lot of times she attacks the wing on the right side. They could not score in 3-on-2 situations. And that is not on the players. That is on the coach. That is on the coach for making everyone stand around and watch Caitlin Clark and watch her get triple teamed. And when she passes the ball, everyone just stands around and passes sometimes and gets kind of scared. It is on the coach. As bad as, look, Aaliyah Boston had a bad game. Liz Smith had a bad game. Tammy was really good, I thought, when she was on the floor. Erica Wheeler was brilliant. But no one on this team is set up to succeed at all. Nobody on this team is set up to succeed because of an absolutely incompetent coach.